we are live. What's going on? It's your boy Howie.
Sir, and your man Kurt. What's up, y'all?
Triad Hip Hop Podcast. This is episode 243.
243.
And let's get some of that intro music. Can you feel it?
The shadow box.
Yeah, I'm trying to feel like I'm Billy Blanks and shit. Hi, I'm Billy Blanks.
Right.
All right, I'm one of the Boss Ninja Turtle. That nigga look like a Ninja Turtle.
He do.
Yeah, that little bald head and shit.
Yeah, man. All you need is one little mask.
Yeah, I know, right? You just fit right in. You've been like, my name is Billatello.
So, how was your week this week, my man?
Pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Like, last
missed a week, so.
Well, yeah. So you enjoyed, time with your family, or?
Yeah, definitely, man. I enjoyed that. I got to spend a lot of time. My nephew was over here last weekend, and he turned me on to some good movies that I had never seen.
Okay.
One was called The Hateful Eight. Have you ever seen that?
I've heard about that. I think that was out of the Django. That was in the Django.
Yeah, in that period.
Yeah.
And it took place kind of like the Western time. It's out in like Missouri or Montana, one of those. I think it's Missouri.
I ain't seen it, but my man from Justified, not the main guy, but the guy that played Boyd.
Okay.
He's in that movie. I know that.
Okay.
Sure.
But yeah, it was good. And then he turned me on to Inglourious Bastards. I had never seen that. So I just watched that yesterday early. And that was good too. So have you ever seen that one?
Nah, heard. Yeah, I haven't seen it. I know it's don't deal with like the Nazis and some shit.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, I ain't seen it. But
yeah, man. They put together a team of Jewish people, to take on the Nazis, and they go and fight them. So it's pretty good, you know what I mean? I had never thought about it because I was never that into, seeing anything about the Nazi, all that propaganda. But when I watched it, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. I like it. So, But what about you? How was your past 2 weeks?
Yeah, man, my cousin, I want to say congratulations to. She graduated as a APN.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's a advanced practitioner nurse. I think that's how it goes. Anyway, but that's she's in that field, so she's graduated. So I'm proud of her. The maid babies of the family, bunch of kids, bunch of people getting busy in May and family. So, not in May, but it was 9 months. I think that's September.
Right. Probably.
Yeah. So they was getting busy. That time. Birthday a lot of y'all.
Yep.
But happy birthday to them again. Oh, happy birthday to my other cousins. They had a birthday yesterday. They fraternal twins. They turned 42, so I want to shout them out.
Okay.
And man, that's about it. And then this past week was pretty chill with a whole lot of nothing, but just trying to get things together. Trying to get a house, man.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
tired of living in the slums. You know what I mean?
The slums of Shaolin.
The slums of Shaolin. You know what I mean? So I gotta get out the slums. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to get that together. So just you pray for me.
Yeah, man, definitely, man. Definitely
for real,
man, because that's a big step, and I hope everything goes well. So, let me know how that goes. Yeah. So that's what's up, man. Everything going all right with work?
Work's okay. Been a little busy. Couple of weeks, but I mean, it ain't to the point where it's bad, though.
Yeah.
It's been, but it's been pretty steady.
Yeah. Busy can get annoying, but it's still good for the money because you know that's more job security. The busier it gets, when it slows down, you know, then they're ready to we gotta lay people off.
We gotta cut people back.
Yeah, so you know, as annoying as it is when it's busy, it's still job security.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in to episode 243, and you know, we got a lot to talk about. You know what I mean? I guess I can go ahead and jump into some birthdays since you were shouting out some birthdays.
Yeah.
All right, so back on May 19th, we have a man, Yo Gotti. Happy birthday to him.
I tell my hope. Back it up. Bring it down.
Right.
Bring it up.
Yeah.
Fuck it up. I ain't gonna lie, I like that song. I like that song.
But yeah, and then happy birthday goes to Busta Rhymes on May 20th. You know what I mean?
All right.
The legend.
Yes, sir.
On the 21st, we had a few. We had my man Havoc from Mobb Deep.
All right.
We had Max B representing Harlem World.
Yep.
We had Notorious B.I.G. representing Brooklyn.
Yeah,
so we had somebody from 3 different boroughs. Havoc is Queens.
Yeah.
Max B's Harlem. And Biggie's Brooklyn. So all of them is on the 21st. Happy birthday to them.
Thanks.
And rest in peace to Big. On the 22nd, we have my man MCA representing the West Coast. Yeah. Also, Africa Baby Band from the Jungle Brothers on the same day. Happy birthday to him. Representing New York. And then on the 24th, which is today, we got rest in peace Heavy D. We also got G-Eazy. And coming up on the 26th, we got the legend herself, Miss Lauryn Hill.
Right.
Coming up also on the 25th, I missed one. My man Dash from the Dog Pound. He was on the 25th. And then on the 27th, we got Lisa Lopez. Rest in peace to her. TLC.
Just talk about it.
Yep. Also on the same day, Andre 3000. My man 3 Stacks.
3 Stacks.
Yes, sir. Jada Kiss on the same day. Spoonie G, the legend. On the same day.
All right.
And then, and then Chi Ali on the same day. So happy birthday to all of them. We got a lot on the 27th, man.
We got to clap that up.
Yeah, let's give them all some
clap up all the May babies.
You know what I mean?
All the May babies. Taurus, Gemini, don't matter.
Yeah, man.
May babies.
Yeah, happy birthday to all of them. So,
crazy, dog. May babies.
Crazy. That'd be crazy, huh?
May babies. Crazy.
Yeah, well, you know.
But it's good.
Yeah, it's a good crazy.
That's a good thing.
I don't know though. You know, next time we'll set people's houses on fire.
Crazy.
Do you in, boy? I know Chi Ali got into some deep trouble. You know what I mean? So yeah, you might be right about that. But anyway, all right. Do you got anything for the question of the day? Because I hadn't even thought about that, but I kind of thought of something just now. I don't know if you want to go with it, but since we got to talk about.
Well, go ahead, shoot.
All right, so later on we're gonna be talking about Ice Cube and his opinion about AI. You know, he says he feels like it's demonic. I read in an article. So, you know, a lot of people are giving him flack about that. From what I read, they said, you know, when you rapped over all these samples, that's the same thing.
No, not really.
Yeah, do y'all think that's the same thing? You know,
hell no.
As rappers using samples the same as AI, you know, sampling people's voices.
No,
you know what I mean?
it's completely different.
Right. That's how I feel.
Because really, realistically, like, yeah, you might take a beat, but you're still you're redoing it in your own way.
Right.
What you doing? You take. I mean, yeah, you could arguably say that you were doing the same thing with the AI. So if you're taking this dude's voice,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You're taking this dude's voice and saying like, well, he said, like, you can get him to say some crazy. What you got right now?
Right.
Got Ice Cube to say some heavy ass anti-Semitic shit.
Yeah, exactly.
On a record. And all of a sudden it'd be like, and then, you know, they're going to be like, well, you know, you've said that before in the past.
Right.
You know, when he did No Vaseline. So, I mean, he could have just snapped and had an aneurysm and just came out and said something else. And he didn't do that shit. And it'll be hard to prove.
Yeah,
so
that's very true.
Yeah, that is not the same. Get the fuck out of there.
I don't agree with that either. Oh, and you know what? We forgot. Well, I gotta go back and do the RIPs in a minute, but let's finish up with the question of the day real quick. But yeah, I definitely don't think that's the same because for me, when a human artist samples music, they still have to get permission. You know, with this AI, they just ripping people's voices and just using it at will with no kind of legal ramifications. There's no legal process. So when you put it in a category where there's some rules and regulations where you can't use AI unless you got permission from the person, then I'll call it maybe the same thing. But when an artist samples music, he has to get permission, or as we've seen in the past, you get in trouble. You wind up paying a whole bunch of fees because you use somebody else's music in a way that benefited you but didn't benefit them. So when AI starts to go in that direction, then yeah, I'll give you more of a pass on that they might be similar. But so yeah, y'all let us know what y'all think about that question of the day. Is that wrong? Is Ice Cube wrong for saying that AI is demonic since he was able to sample? We don't think so, but y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think. But yeah, before we go too far, I want to give some RIPs, man. We lost one of the legends, a football legend, also a legend. He got into acting, and that was my man Jim Brown. He made it to a decent age, but he died a few days ago, and I just want to give him a rest in peace.
You want to go roller skate? You want to go dance?
Right.
What you gonna do? I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know. I just want to get away from you because I don't know what to do.
Yo, that dude was funny, man. And I remember he was in "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker." Him and what's the name worked in the restaurant, and Chris Rock came in.
Oh, yeah, they on Isaac Hayes.
Yeah. So Isaac Hayes looked at Jim Brown, was like, "Just want one rib." It's like one rib. And then he pulled out that big wad of money. He was like,
"Got change for $100."
Man, I was beating crap out of him. Man, so yeah, RIP to Jim Brown. Also, I found out one other person died. Tretch put out on his Instagram that a friend of his called Pop Ski from his neighborhood passed away. I don't know if he was known in like the industry or not, but just want to give a RIP to him as well and send condolences to both of their families.
Oh, one more too. I think the guy that played the Punisher, but he was in the Thor series. He was 58. I forgot. I shared the article with you.
I think I know you're talking about, but I forget his name. It's not Dolph Lundgren. I know Dolph Lundgren played him for a while, but I think he was either before Dolph Lundgren or right after.
Yeah, but he
passed away.
Yeah, 58.
Okay. Dang, that's rough, man.
Yeah.
That's a little young to be dying.
Yeah,
did they say how he passed?
Not for my knowledge. I have to go back in and look, but yeah.
That's all right, but rest in peace to him. We'll go ahead and give them a moment of silence just to pay our respects. All right, thank y'all for doing that with us. So, all right, let's go ahead and move on. Here we got our birthdays out of the way. Let's talk about some music. New music, my man. Speaking of Tretch, he got some new music coming out. There's a clip of him in the studio, doing some rhymes. He hasn't really put out an official song, but I guess he's actually in the studio creating. So that's what's up, man. Always good to hear from Tretch. He's one of my favorite artists. I think he's one that don't get enough credit for lyricism and all of that, man. Listen, dude was a beast, man.
I mean, the man influenced Eminem.
Right. And I always was upset because when he got into that, I don't know if he created it, but when he got into that super group, OGology, and they didn't really go far, I was so mad because they made such a good group. It was Tretch, Bumpy Knuckles, Trick, yeah, and I think that might have been it. But they put out a song and it also featured Raekwon. So at first I thought Raekwon was in it, but he was just featured on the song. But man, it was such a dope concept, man. And so I think they put out one project, but that was it. You know what I mean? So I don't think people was ready for it at that time. This was like maybe, if I had to guess, this was probably like 2010 or something like that, somewhere around that area. But anyway, so yeah. Also, there's a dude called I Born who did a song featuring AZ. It's pretty dope. It's called What's the Science? I don't know if y'all heard about Scar Lip out of New York. Have you heard of her?
Scar Lip?
Yeah. It's a young chick. She's probably like maybe 21 or something like that, 22, I think. But she's real young. She almost looks younger than that. If you looked at her, you would think she was like 17 or something, 16, 17. But she calls herself Scar Lip because she actually has a scar on her lip from a fight in the past. And so she went through a lot. She said that the scars came from one of her brother. And, she always kind of had issues with him to this day because of that. I don't think he ever really apologized to her. So she just kind of used it to her advantage. Instead of trying to hide it, she just called herself Scar Lip. So she put out a song about a month ago that I missed called This Is New York. And man, this song goes so hard. So then, because she's kind of underground, but because the song was making so much noise, it caught the ear of Busta Rhymes. So he jumped on it. Yeah, he jumped on it and did a verse to it. And now it caught the ear of Snoop Dogg. And Snoop Dogg then put out his version of it called This Is Cali, like a remix. And it's hard, man. It goes so hard. So shout out to Scar Lip, man. She doing big things, man. When she rap, man, she sounds so hard. But when you hear her like in an interview, she's like this young, timid sounding little girl. It's like she still got that innocence about her. But on the music, she go hard as fuck, man.
I have to see that.
Yeah, so I meant to send it to you when I saw it. But anyway, so my man, your young rapper, Lil Durk, I'm not really a huge fan of his, but he got a song that just came out with J. Cole, which is dope. It's called All My Life.
Yeah, I think I heard about that.
Yeah. That one is pretty hard. And then, mainly I like it just because of J. Cole, of course. But, it's still dope that he was willing to do that. One thing I don't really understand, he in an interview right after the song was released, Lil Durk was like, I'm not really into lyricism or none of that. I don't care for rappers who, do them bars like Lil Wayne that go over your head. And, he was like, yeah, I'm cool with having a song with them like J. Cole, but I don't really get down with that. The lyrics that go over your head and you got to figure it out 2 years later, 5 years later, which, I don't understand why that's such a bad concept to young rappers like him.
Well, I mean, I'll say it like this. I kind of get it because it's like this when you're doing a song, and particularly like a song for like the masses. Yeah, you want the song to be simple. You want the song to like people to get it and grasp it. You know what I'm saying? This ain't, what I'm saying? I like on the songwriting process, I get that. Or the, song making process, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get that. I can't deny that. But now I will say this too, at the same time, it's like, why are you going out your way to say, like, everybody got their own methods. I mean, hell, even there were some rappers in the 90s that weren't all that lyrical, but
right.
What was cool about them, they just had their own style, and that's what we rock with.
Yeah.
If y'all just take, that's what I'm saying. Y'all keep it like that. I think that'd be dope. Okay, because I mean, there have been artists that wasn't all that great lyrically, but they got in with some folks because, like, okay, we like the way my man's voice sounds. We like the, or we like the way we like the way he says stuff. We say these syllables. And then we come up and put some hard shit behind it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, that's what you need, man. You need more versatility in the game, but now it's all about the mass production. You know what I mean? As long as you can do a certain type of sound and come up with a decent hook, you got a hit record. Back then we had people like Slick Rick, who wasn't the most lyrical, but you know, when you heard him tell a story, it captivated you. It made you want to listen more. And you be like, yo, man, this dude, you know, in a freestyle battle, he might not win against a lot of people. But if somebody tried to tell a story like this dude, he's almost unmatched. So it's like you appreciate that. Exactly.
Long ago, people were behind to live life slow, a lot of concern and justice to, and people were behind it like they all said, yeah. There was a little boy who was misled by another little boy. This is what he said. Me and you should be able to make some cash, rubbing old folks and making the.
Exactly.
It's just like the cadence,
right?
The voice.
Yeah, he has such a dope cadence, and I mean, people don't want to, you know, really embrace that individuality no more. You know, now it's just like, if I could just make what he made and just do my version of what he made, I'm good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, everybody eat it up and not be on the wave.
Right, exactly.
I don't really blame too much the young artists on that too much. I think that's more of the record industry in a sense. Yeah. Because it's like y'all killed. I mean, hell, that's even like with even in the movies and shit now. You know, like they're remaking The Color Purple. Yeah, there's all these fucking remakes, and it's like,
White Man Can't Jump.
Yeah, like we got to do everything. We got to redo everything. It's just like certain things you're not gonna get. You know what I'm saying? You're not. This is not the era. Like I can understand. I'll say it like this. I can understand a remake of Miracle 34th Street or something like that. Yeah. And that shit's like holiday, whatever. Yeah. I can understand that. Yeah. I can understand a remake on like certain things that are timeless. You know what I'm saying? Like something that, like, okay, this could be a modern version of this or whatnot. But there's certain things like a Color Purple and a White Man Can't Jump. Right. You're really not going to be able to recapture
the real original.
Yeah, you're not going to recapture that.
But yeah, I mean, and it's just because people don't want to come up with new ideas. You know, they just feel like, well, we can take something that came out before and do this generation's version of it, which is cool to some degree. But it's like, from what I heard, White Man Can't Jump, the remake is not that great. I heard it was kind of boring.
It don't look that great.
Right. And I was actually going to give it, you know, some credit, but you know, I keep hearing bad things. I'm like, dang,
I want to watch that thing and take a nap.
Right. But yeah, you know, it is what it is, man. That's still the era we live in this day and age. But anyway, I'm back to the new music. I got a few more. So Griselda just dropped a joint with Onyx.
Oh,
yes, sir. Called Back to the Future. Yeah, man, it's dope. It's dope. Yeah, so you know, when two groups like that team up, you can't go wrong.
Man, there's gonna be a lot of scripts.
Right, exactly. They're gonna bring that griminess to it.
Love it.
My man Bubba Sparks is back making music.
Okay, what's up? That's what's up.
That's what's up, man. He got a song called Hillbilly. I love how Bubba Sparks embraces the countryside.
Facts.
He ain't trying to say I'm the new Eminem or I'm the new such and such third base. He just being Bubba Sparks. You know, he like, look, they don't call me Bubba for nothing. I'm a country boy. You know what I mean? And so it's him and some of his partners on the song, but it's a pretty dope song. There's a dude named Amadeus 360, got a song with MOP called How to Block Sound. And that one is dope. Okay. You know, anytime you throw MOP on something, you're going to get that dopeness. And then I wanted to mention that Daz and Capone album that we talked about.
Yeah.
It's actually already out.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called Guidelines. So y'all should go check it out.
Okay.
Most of the songs are on YouTube, so you can probably check out the majority of it, if not the whole thing, on there. You know, and I think we need to support that because they don't get a whole lot of marketing, you know what I mean, for artists like that. So,
but that honestly though, that should especially, let's see, because there's albums coming up on the 30th anniversary, all that shit happened.
Right.
That should have been huge.
Yeah, yeah.
See, that's what I'm talking about. If you're gonna recreate something, recreate that shit. Exactly. Celebrate that shit.
Exactly.
Because that should be like, people should be out, like, jumping out the fucking window, like, yo, Capone and Daz.
Right. Exactly.
When they knew the history,
yeah,
that should be huge.
That's
huge.
Man, Daz Dillinger is dope. He represents that West Coast flavor. I don't know. I know Corrupt was actually born on the East Coast, like in Philly. Yeah. Was Daz also East Coast, or was he always West Coast? I can't remember. I don't say he might be West Coast. Yeah. But what's dope about it, you know, Daz Dillinger doing an album with Capone. There was actually, I found out there was actually a movie back in the day, like a gangster type movie called Capone and Dillinger. So I wonder if that's what gave them the idea
to do it.
Yeah. So, you know, it's an older movie, but, you know, it might be what inspired them to put themselves together. So shout out to them. I think that's it for my music. So we'll go ahead and jump into some topics or whatever. So I want to give a shout out to